Hello everyone, welcome to the new episode of 3D Art Talk. Today we are at FMX in Stuttgart and we have the pleasure and the honour to have with us Victor Perez, Visual Effects Supervisor, and Christy Anzelmo, Group Product Manager for the Nuke team at the Foundry. Let's begin this talk with Victor Perez. Victor is a visual effects supervisor and a director and a screenwriter, but also a guru, a master Jedi teacher of digital compositing techniques in Nuke, right? He's the author of the short film Echo, nominated for a VES award for Outstanding Virtual Cinematography in a photoreal project. Recently, Victor won the Italian Academy Award, the David di Donatello, for Best Visual Effects for the Invisible Boy second generation movie. Let's start right from this amazing achievement, Victor. How was working on the Invisible Boy second generation?
Well, it was interesting. It was very interesting because, it was the biggest visual effects being done in Italy at the moment. It's still, at this moment, the biggest, with the biggest budget. Yeah. And it was a big responsibility. It's also very interesting because I'm not Italian. So I was doing that with Italian movie and representing the visual effects of an Italian team because the whole film has been produced in Italy. I was just responsible just to put all the crazy heads together just to make it happen. And I'm very, very pleased because, I was a bit reluctant in the very beginning because I must say, okay, this is quite heavy. Everybody was very ambitious, but at the same time, it's like there is no experience, not from the side of the visual effects, but for the set itself. I mean, the director, Gabriele Salvatore, that I love, he has not much experience doing this kind of effects, but he's amazing because he just responded like, "Oh my God, I love it!" So it took a good couple of months to start just warming up in terms of the effects. But as soon as I showed the first test that I presented by the way in my talk today here at our FMX with Foundry, I started just creating and building up to the moment that I just got enough trust to create that master shot that I think that was the reason we got the award and stuff. Because
How was working in a small team, frame by frame? A small but amazing team.
Oh yeah. Well, I believe that I prefer to have good quality team instead of big amount of people. So, my understanding was at the moment, I interview every single artist of the company to understand, hey, what do you know? What do you think you need to improve? And what would you like to do on this film? And it was very nice because everybody was wanting to do this kind of shot. So I said, okay, if you want to do it, this is going to be hard as hell, but this is going to be very cool. So at the end of the day, the actual shot was done by 7 people. And I didn't put my hands on that. I only designed that. And just those 7 people were working for 19 months. From the very, very early preparation to it was the last shot to be delivered. And they were doing that. And together with that, they were doing another 520 shots because they were working on another team. But they were so tenacious and everybody was just giving their best. So it was like, you don't want to be the weakest link of this chain. So everybody was giving their best. And that is what I respected most is everybody was thinking they can achieve it even if they had no proof that they could do it. And they did it. So I'm very, very proud of my team.
Victor, the production was in Rome, right?
It was Rome, frame by frame was the main vendor that was doing the job. It was a team, well, it was made by Italians, but it doesn't mean that all Italians were in Italy. The animator of that shot, for instance, Gianluigi Granieri, he was in London. And he was during the day, was working on Thor, Ragnarok. He was animating Hulk. And then in the evenings, poor guy, he was working for us because he's so good that I wanted him to be on the team. And he was like, oh my God, that I can do this just in my spare time. Well, you're going to have a lot of spare time for doing it. And he did it. And we're here. Yeah.
And what is the difference between working in London and working in Rome? You know, in London, after work, we usually go to the pub. What would happen in Italy? What would you do after work?
Well, it's different. You change beer for wine and wine and pasta. You know, that is the reason. But visual effects in Italy are not healthy, so that is something I can say. The food is very good. That is very dangerous. It's exactly the same thing. Also in London, there are plenty of Italians, so there is no difference at all. But yeah, it's mainly the language. That is something that, but in Italy you can talk without words. In Italy you can see a shot and say, then they know that there is something that is wrong. So, and you can say seriously, you use way more your hands. I was understanding because I have been working in remote, also because I don't live in Rome. I have been working with other companies in Europe, but in Italy, I really need the camera because I need to use my hands to describe things. Because also, I'm not kidding. It's a language that is going to be completed with your hands. Also, the Spanish people that's the same thing. But it's not just being. English, as you said, is very synthetic. It's very good, but. I'm coming from Spanish that is very close to Italian, so we are more descriptive with more unique words that describe one single thing or feeling or whatever. And in terms of feelings, Italian has way more descriptional words for feelings. Visual effects is about feelings as well, but you have to describe visual things and be concrete. Yeah. It's a bit of mixture, and sometimes you have words that only exist in English. So at the end, it's like blah blah blah. It's like a mixture of everything, and sometimes I'm talking even Spanish things.
I really appreciated the speech you made during the award ceremony for David Di Donatello. It was really emotional when you talked about your experience during the earthquake at L'Aquila. This is a strong message for all those people that are fighting to reach their goals, despite the tragic events that could happen in life. I think the 3D art followers can be really inspired by someone like you. Can you spend a few more words about what happened to you in that moment of your life and how you faced the whole situation?
As I always thought, you have two ways of behaving. You can sit and cry, you can rise and walk. So, the choice is very easy. Seriously, it's very easy. There is only one way, which is forward. You cannot stop. So the thing is that the sooner you realize that, the better. So also I consider myself, I am very lucky. I'm very lucky because, I'm surrounded of amazing people. I have a Foundry that has been supporting me for everything. So I have to thank them. So, I'm very lucky. And I have a responsibility with that. So now my responsibility is I have to help others to make it, because it costs me nothing. And it's good. It's good to make others to help their dreams, because at the end of the day, everybody is connected in here. In the VFX industry, even more. So you don't know. There was a period of my life, as you said, with the earthquake that happens 10 years before I was, the award came right in the week. That was the 10th anniversary. And I lost everything in there, everything. And I got help by people. Help that it's not important how much they rise or whatever. They just have a mission that was send me to London. It was that clear. You have to go to London because we believe you can make it. And that is not words, because for me it's really easy. I'm just giving words. Words are free. These people just collect money to send my ass to London.
Wow.
And that was a lot of people that I don't even know. They didn't know me. But I was like, this guy has a dream. This guy has lost everything. We are going to help him. When you have that and you receive so much love, the only thing you have left is for the rest of your days, you are going to repay that love by helping others. So that's why I love to learn, I love to teach, I love to help others. seriously, it cost me nothing. So it's just a moral obligation.
Victor, when was the love for Nuke born?
My love with Nuke is my love story with Foundry. Because, when I went to London, a friend of mine told me, hey, you're using Nuke. You should tell the guys that are using, the guys that are producing Nuke that you are using it, because nobody else is using it.
Yeah.
Because at that time, oh my God, in that time, I'm looking like a bit old, but in that time, Shade was the king. So I was the one that just Steve Wright told me, hey, you should use this. This is going to be the future. Oh, come on, nobody's going to eliminate Shade from the equation. And I just went to the guys in there. They were a small company in Piccadilly Circus. No, it was in...
was it before 9? It was in...
Yeah, before. It was in Water Street, in the angle with the... It was many years ago. It was a few dinosaurs very there. So
we still have sound.
Yeah. So I arrived to the office and I said, sorry, who are you? I'm Victor Perez. Who the hell are you? Come here. They give me a T-shirt. It was yeah. They gave me a T-shirt from Seagraph a couple of years before or something. Yeah. So and it was Ben Binal that was working at that time. He was working with Nuke. I said, so you want Nuke? May I have a license? Okay. And at that time, it's like...
It's the first one fast.
Yeah. And it was like, oh, yeah, let me know. So you're doing... And I got my license. I was starting working, and seriously, it was like crazy. In 6 months, the industry went like boom, everybody was using Nuke. And I was like, for some reason, I was just using it for a year or something like that, or a couple of years. I became a specialist. Even senior people that was like super skilled, they changed the tool, so the rules changed. And at that time, I was like up to speed with Nuke. I always loved to teach others, so I was helping other people just to get into that. And then I was like applying anywhere that I could apply. It's like, yeah, I have experience with you. Oh my God, just come here with us. So, and since there's Foundry, just, oh yeah, you help us. And so it's like a love relationship. Right? They help me, I help them. I just enjoy.
Victor, the industry is growing up very fast. In terms of technology and market demand, what would you recommend to young artists who want to start this journey in VFX and digital compositing?
Okay, I'm going to quote George Lucas from The Empire Strikes Back. Is do or do not, there is no trade. So that is what I mean. It's just, you want to be a compositor, get your ass moving and start doing it. Instead of, I'm going to start something like that or get it tomorrow. Yeah, or I'm going to watch a video on YouTube. That is very dangerous. You need to look who is teaching you or where is your source of, because maybe you are going, I don't mean like people that is teaching online doesn't know, but maybe you are going to get maybe something that is not strictly correct, and you're going to start learning the wrong way or using things. So check your sources. That is the only thing. So you can get plenty of material online. Even in the manual of Nuke, in the non-commercial version, you have videos. The videos in there are amazing. You have even videos from Steve Wright. Steve was my own teacher. So you have plenty of material from the source. So you can learn, but of course, you are not going to learn the job until you get working on that. So the better is just get a shoulder. Whatever you are doing, get a shoulder. Demonstrate your skills, and then compare yourself with the rest of the world.
And last question now. If you were a superhero, who would you be and why?
I would love to travel in time. Yeah. This is good. This is good. Yeah, I've been preparing this for so long. Thank you for asking. No, actually, no, I didn't. But I think it's a very cool.
Thank you very much, Victor. And now it's time to talk with Christy Anzelmo, the Group Product Manager for the Nuke team at the Foundry. So, the VFX technology industry is growing very fast. The marketplace requires fast productions and high quality all the time. How is the Nuke team working to satisfy the market's request in the VFX industry?
Yeah, so it's a great time, right, for visual effects and really for content creation and people wanting to tell stories in general, right? There's such a need for content, and with streaming video, the growth of film, the growth of like, international markets, it's really exciting. But this, as a consequence, there's more work than ever, right? There's more work. The bar for quality is really high and rising all the time. And so it's really important to work quickly and efficiently. I think that's the biggest challenge, right? There's new artists coming in all the time, but not enough new artists to do all the work. So it's a big challenge. So the faster you can work, the more efficient you can be, better. So for us, we look at Nuke and really, our plans overall and our roadmap, it basically all sums up to thinking about performance and efficiency. And that's not just processing speed, but thinking about how we can keep artists working on images. So not waiting for progress bars, not, needing to click 200 times. Guess who? No one likes the progress bar, right? No one likes that. So if we can remove it, that's great. So that you can just, the ideal is to keep working and work iteratively and not have to stop. So we are looking at, interactive performance and how Nuke works under the hood and the engine side to improve performance, but then also thinking about tools. And are there tools we can make or new workflows we can add that add a lot more efficiency? So last year, and really across Nuke 11, we did quite a few updates that were things that seem small but make a big difference. So in 11.2 is one that we added this new editing mode. It's essentially this little pencil, right? And you turn it on, and then once you do, you can then drag and drop knobs between basically any nodes that you want. Where before, if you're making a gizmo or setting up live groups, it was, I think, 7 or 8 clicks through drop-down menus. And then if you did something and you wanted to change it, you had to start over. So that's something where it seems like a simple capability, being able to drag and drop parameters between panels, but it's a huge time savings, and so that's exciting. Working on that, also looking a lot at standards, right? And especially right now, and I'm sure you'll see things around FMX, or where we're really in a moment where the industry is embracing open source and standard formats and technologies, which is really powerful from the perspective of, everything is so connected, right? There's so many tools in the pipeline. Yeah. There's such a cost in moving data around, data that's lost, whether it's, things captured on set that are lost, or, lighting does something, it goes into comp, you lose track of where you are. It costs a lot of time. And formats that help make that easier or are consistent across departments and tools, but then also between companies, because now we see more than ever, multiple companies collaborating on one show and sometimes even one shot, which I think even a couple of years ago was pretty unprecedented, right? To say, well, you're gonna do this aspect and you're gonna do this part and then you're gonna put it together, one shot, right? And it's, that opens up whole new ways of working, right? Because then you're sharing data more than ever. And so standards are really helpful for that. So we have a lot of work around standards and supporting them and creating it.
How is the Nuke team divided? Do the artists and the developers work together? And what is the workflow like?
Well, I think it's pretty great. And in terms of being a product manager on Nuke is actually the best job. Because we obviously spend a lot of time working with our customers and in the industry, and because everyone uses Nuke, we have a lot of access, right, to talk to artists, individuals, great partners like Victor, big companies, and everyone from artists to pipeline teams and R&D teams. We get to work with them all. So we always want to be connected with the market and how our tools are being used. And then internally, so on my team, we have quite a few now product managers who all come from the industry, and they have different backgrounds. So some come from commercial. So Juan Salazar, who is our master of all the timeline products and the architect of Nuke Studio, essentially. He comes from commercials. We have people who were on the R&D side before, compositors. So a lot of people who know what it's like to work with Nuke day to day. And we're the ones then that take what we learn in the market, translate that for our development team. And then we have, a huge team of designers or product designers who work out exactly how the UI should work. Like, what is that interaction when you... Yeah, it's a big team of lots of different skills and expertise working together.
Recently, Roper Technologies acquired Foundry. Have there been any changes within the Nuke team organization?
So it's first, having Roper on board as our main investor in Foundry is really exciting. So we're looking forward to what that means in the future. As of now, there aren't any changes. Roper, it's definitely worth investigating if you're interested in investing in companies and how they work. But Roper is very much, they're specialists in niche technologies. So in their portfolio, it's all companies that, like Foundry, make technology for a niche industry. So while VFX is our whole world, in the grand scheme, it's niche. And they also have a reputation for just letting companies do as they do. And so for our team, there aren't any changes, coming to our strategy or even to our executive management team. And really, with Roper, we're aiming to just be able to do more of what we're good at. So working with, creative artists and the creative industries and developing solutions that help creatives do what they love. So it's cool. Yeah, it's an exciting change.
Can I ask you one last question? If you were a superhero, who would you be and why?
I always thought, so it would be cool to be Jean Grey, pre-Phoenix. Because, the combination of, telepathy, telekinesis, and a degree in psychology seems to be really powerful, especially for what I do. Dangerously powerful, right?
Oh my God, she got the good one. Really?
Thank you so much, Christy.
Yeah, thank you.